All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Make sure you leave a like when you come in. Great to have you all here. Say hello in the chat for me. Let me know if you're here, okay, guys? Hello, CK. How you doing, mate? Welcome. All right. Hey, Martin. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Welcome, Martin. Got this little pump on BTC at the moment. Nice move here. Straight out of support again. Straight on support, punching to the upside. And we've got a sideways market. So we're just ranging here on BTC between here and here, our 275% alignment levels. Hey, Sean. I'm doing great, mate. How are you? Thank you for joining, Sean. Good to see you, mate. So we'll be announcing the winners of the game. So we had the game, Corsairs, I think it's called. So the game, we'll announce the winners today on the stream. And yeah, we'll do that shortly. But first of all, I want to hear about what trades we're taking. What trades are we all looking at? Right now, we've got our eyes on BTC. Are we breaking to the upside or are we breaking to the downside on BTC? Whichever way we end up breaking is going to dictate pretty much which way the RTD turns from now. Hello, BSU Trading in the house. Hello there. Othello. Hello, Othello. Good to see you. Hey, mate. How are you doing? Great to have you here. Make sure you leave a like on the video when you come in. Much appreciated. So yeah, we're looking for either a breakout or a breakdown here on BTC, and then that'll decide, you know, what our bias is moving forward, more or less. Okay, so like I spoke about before, I was adding spot exposure to BTC down here when we did the weekly market review on Monday. So the 7th, I mentioned on that candle right there, I'll be adding spot exposure, and yeah, nice little pop to the upside since then, which is nice. But for spot exposure, who really cares about this kind of move? You know, this little move right here, 8%, like, it's not really a big deal when it comes to spot. You know, that's something that, you know, you're holding for all-time highs for forever almost. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So, we'll take a look at what active trades are currently on the navigator, and maybe we can have a chat about those. What active trades are on the sonar. We've got a few 15-minute trades here. Got any filters on or something? Oh, I've only got extension setup set. Okay. Cool. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Let me know who's here in the chat. Great to hear from you. Any trades, throw them in. Any questions, let me know, and I'll answer those questions. But more or less, right, we're seeing this potentially an accumulation area here for BTC. Potentially an accumulation, okay? So we had this distribution here. Then we broke to the downside with an expansion. Potentially we're accumulating for maybe a push to the upside again. Maybe. Or we dump harder and we push to the downside and we break down. Really hard to say right now. Really impossible to say. Hey, Chadan, how you doing? G'day to you. S&P 500, pretty big rally here. Hey, Antonio, good to have you here, mate. Thank you for joining. What? Warren is saying that he can't put messages in the chat and he's worried he's been blocked. I haven't blocked you, Warren. I'm trying to see participants. No? No, nothing, no blocking or anything. I'm not sure what's going on, Warren. Hey Steve, how you doing? Hey Imran, how we doing? Gold, I just got filled 5 minutes ago for long on gold. Okay, cool. We'll take a look at gold. First, I want to take a look at S&P 500. Big bullish candle here on S&P 500. This is really what's driving BTC to the upside as well right now. So this is what's driving BTC to the upside. Remember, if SPX just dumps and continues on to 40.62 from here, then we're going to see some downside on BTC as well. BTC doesn't move against S&P 500, especially when it's moving to the downside very often. Let's take a look at gold. So you're long from here. Yeah, I mean, it's really like a very, you know, we're right at the top here of this market. I guess it's a shorter time frame, perhaps. Was it a sonar trade or was it just like your own setup here? I'd probably be buying this level here on gold. This could still bounce from here though, but you got to just be prepared to get out of break even if that happens. Please tell Warren he cheated on Corsair, so he's blocked. No, I don't know what's going on. So you got to be very mindful now. If you're in a long position here, yeah, it's been over 2,000, yeah. So if you're in a long position here, right, you got to be prepared to be like, okay, when am I getting out of break even on this? If I see a close below and then a second close below, am I getting out of break even for the retest? Or what's my strategy here to get out of break even if we continue dumping to the downside? Now, there's every chance that this rips back up again and we go back up to, you know, 2062. But you got to remember that it's like, there's potentially a lot of buyers in here at 2000 and their stop losses are probably down here somewhere, right? So there's every chance that this market pushes down, clean stops, and then goes back up again. All right, so just be mindful of that. Just have a strategy for like how to get out of break even, okay? XAU USD has been over 2,000. Yeah, it has. All of this price action here is over 2K. Yeah. So it's been over 2,000. 2,000 is just like, you know, it's a very important psychological level for the market, right? For this market. In fact, in fairness, I'd have blocked me long ago. X mode on 1 hour for Chiden. Yeah. So, you know, this was the previous high as well. So, you know, there's potentially a lot of selling pressure around here. And you saw the reaction to this high previously over here. Just note this reaction over here before the bounce. So we'll just drop a line in here, like around where it bounced. Kind of bounce down there. Yeah, probably 75% alignment level comes in here. But yeah, every chance this does rally if you're trading this. But just like I said, number one thing is know how you're going to get out. Hello, Stjord, how you doing? Hello. Hey, Eric, previous high 2076. Yep. Yeah, very similar area up here. Got a little bit higher, but you know, if we're thinking of this like a zone, it almost is like a double top here kind of thing. And it's really been on this big rip to the upside here. You know, you could be trading like something really small, just like a little bounce off this level like that. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't be going too ambitious on this one, right? I wouldn't be going too ambitious and trying to take like 2250 or something. US 30, 15 minutes short. Cool. Paveo, how you doing, Paveo? Great to have you here. CK got filled on a US 30, 15 minute short. Let's move away from gold and we'll go take a look at US 30 on a short position on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's an extension trade. We are getting rejected here now out of this extension zone. So, you know, obviously you're just looking for a TP1 here, CK. Really nice entry, and it looks like it is wicking off quite nicely as well. So let's just monitor this here for CK while we wait. You could be in the money here on this one while the stream is running. Okay. What other markets are we going to look at? Let's take a look at ETH and see what ETH is doing while Bitcoin is moving to the upside. I do suspect ETH to be moving to the upside as well. This was one-day strategy trade this morning on XAU USD, Landry Ange. This was a one-day strategy trade on XAU USD. Okay, there was a one-day strategy trade on XAU USD. Very good. Well, hopefully it works out. 75% alignment here. So this is kind of the current range for ETH, forming that same kind of ranging area as what BTC was previously, that we just looked at previously, okay? So ranging between 75 and 100% alignment at the moment. Again, what do we need to see? Right now we need to see either a push to the upside and a breakout, or a breakdown to really know what to do here in this market, in this range, okay? So you gotta be like really careful about trading in these type of markets, right? You don't want to get so married to a market that it's like you force yourself to find a position on it. Like, I really like trading S&P 500, but I never force myself to find a position in S&P 500. So you got to be really careful of trying to force a position in one of these markets, all right? Especially if it's like, oh, you might say, I really like trading BTC. And then it's like, just because you have a need to trade, you end up just like materializing random trades out of nothing. Or like ETH here, for example. You might say, I just really like trading ETH. So what you might end up doing is just going down to like the 1 hour time frame and just trying to like materialize a trade out of nothing, or the 4 hour time frame, to try to like find a trade and materialize something, when realistically you're kind of just in the middle of this range here, and you really just want to see what happens out of this range. That's what you really should be doing in this type of situation. Whereas, you know, somebody who's married to a market is just going to try to force something. France 40 at entries. Seems to be a lot of movement at the moment in markets. Okay, all right, this market is absolutely bleeding. Just getting crushed out of this. So it's been down around about nearly 22% down on French 40. So what is strategy mode calling this? 32% pullback. Yeah, that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable at all. Like 32% is not unreasonable for like a French stock market, right? All right. Let's keep our eyes on this. So at what point are you closing this for TP1 CK? Like, would you just close it manually? Like somewhere there? If we get around here somewhere? Alrighty then. Let's take a look at some more trades here. Take a look at some more trades. Who is new to Breakfree Trading here today? Who's new to Breakfree Trading? We'll probably announce the Courtier's winner in maybe 15 minutes or so from now as well, I'd say. About halfway through the stream. But yeah, who is new to Breakfree Trading? Let me know if you're new, or how long you've been with Breakfree Trading. I know obviously Warren is number one on our leaderboard. He is Absolutely crushing it. Free Breakfree Trading Pro for life. How are you liking your free Breakfree Trading Pro subscription, Warren, for reaching level 25? How are you liking that? All right, XAUUSD, we are in that 15-minute. I am 1 day old. Imran's 1 day old. Hello, Imran. Well, you type very well for a 1 day old. No, great to have you here, Imran. 1 day in. I'm assuming you've watched the Academy and all that kind of stuff. I only did a 2-day free, so I'm a newbie. Fantastic, lots of newbies here. I'm less than 15 days. I'm from 1.5 years ago, I think. Okay, Antonio's here for 1.5 years. Thank you for your support, Antonio. Appreciate it. Back after 1.5 year break. Okay, good to hear, good to hear. Well, welcome back. It's great to see you. And all you newbies, let me know now if there's any questions you've got, all right? If there's any questions about anything, about the strategies, about, you know, anything you've got, throw it in, okay? I'd love to hear your questions. I assume, I hope you've done, you know, a bunch of Academy content here, and you've been going through this Academy and, you know, learning a bunch. But yeah, if you've got questions, let me know. Just over 1 year, fantastic, Chaidan. Great to have you here for that long. Hi Tom, can you check out XRP chart? I believe we broke a daily descending triangle channel. Do you think our target now is above $1? Maybe, I don't know. XRP is a very shortable token. Well, right now, XRP is just going to be driven entirely by what happens in BTC. Look, XRP, I really don't, I don't think very much of this token at all. I really think this token's going to zero, to be honest. I don't think much of it. But, you know, just looking at the chart right now, we need to actually break this. This is not broken yet. This is still in the same position as what like Ethereum and what BTC are. What we need to see to be bullish is we need to break this level here. Okay, we need to break 78125. If we break 78125 and then we retest it and continue, then yeah, probably looking bullish. Okay. But if we break to the downside here, then, you know, it's bearish. At the moment, it's basically just a sideways market. I wouldn't be taking any punts or anything like that right now, expecting some explosive move to the upside, because just like all of crypto, XRP is going to be entirely dictated by what happens on the larger indices, right? What happens on S&P 500. Okay, if S&P 500 is still downtrending and just continues to tank, there's no chance that XRP is going to just all of a sudden rally up to, you know, up to this area here with S&P 500 tanking. It's just like, there'd just be too much macroeconomic uncertainty for that to happen. 2 years with BFT for Michael. Good to have you here. Thank you for your support, Michael. Warren, been here a little while now. Yeah, absolutely. Sean, 1 year, 4 months. Great to have you here, Sean, for that long. Thank you for the support. Do I like to see a strong impulse into entries or weakening force, i.e. candles getting smaller into entries? Depends on the market that you are trading, okay? So it depends on the setup, really. So for extension trades, what we like to see is we really like to see kind of a pretty impulsive move into the level, and then basically like a liquidation type candle, and then buy those liquidations. Okay, now on like something like a BRC trade where we're looking for something like this and then a retest and then a continuation like that, what we're looking for is just kind of like, you know, really not a lot of conviction in these retest candles here, and then the bounce onto the upside. All right, so it depends on whether it's the BRC or the extension trades. What do you think of Euro CAD on 4 hour? Let me take a look, yeah? Something around here, I'm guessing. Probably something like that looks pretty reasonable. But, you know, in general, it's quite a V here in this market, like on EuroCAD, like a very strong V-shaped move here. So, I'm not super psyched about it. Now, what will happen is if we continue to see downside here on US 30, on SPX 500, we'll very likely see some downside on the euro as well, against the Canadian dollar. So that is kind of on your favor, on your side in this particular case. But yeah, this trade around here looks okay. I'm just wary of this V like move to the upside. That's the only thing. I'm just wary of that. I wonder if there's any other market, like any other euro market that maybe isn't so like V. If there's another euro market that maybe doesn't have like such a strong V looking move. Cool. Is Euro USD bullish or still short based on US 30? Let me look. Yeah, so this market is bearish in general, right? So let's just jump to the 1 day time frame. Like, if we got up to here, yeah, it'd probably be a good short on Euro USD. It'd be a good short from there, I would say, because we've got a situation of like consolidations here. So we had this consolidation, we had this range, we broke down out of the range, retest the range, and then continue on like that. Maybe like something like this here. Maybe something like that. Maybe that's executed on, say, the 4 hour. Yeah, something like that there. Looks pretty reasonable to me. Yeah, looking bearish. Aussie dollar CAD 1 day sonar. AUD CAD 1 day sonar. Let's take a look at that. Oh, I took it as a hedge. Okay, nice. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. So we've got a long here. Yep. Yeah, cool. That's a good hedge for CAD. Yeah, good CAD hedge. All right, no worries. That sounds good. 1 day sonar trade. Yeah, it looks reasonable. You've got a pretty generous stop loss. You've got a great chance of getting out at break even here. If you do move back below, a really good chance of getting out at break even. And I'm always thinking like, what's the worst case scenario in any of these trades, right? Like, what is the worst case scenario and how do I like mitigate that worst case scenario? So it's like, I made this reference yesterday in our stream with the, in our group coaching session with the funded traders. I made this reference to like a chess player, right? You know, a chess player doesn't make a move without considering every possible scenario that could come after that move that they make, right? And what they care about the most is like the worst case scenario for them. What's like the worst move for them that their opponent could make, or their opponent's best move is what I mean. And then how do they mitigate that in the subsequent moves that they make, right? So if I move here, you know, this, you know, bishop, whatever, to this square, what's the worst case scenario out of that? And then how do I mitigate that? And then what's the worst case scenario? And then how do I mitigate that? And then what's the worst case scenario? And then how do I mitigate that? And then they start playing out all the moves in their head. So it's like whenever you place one of these trades, you want to think like a chess player and be like, okay, well, what's the worst case scenario that we just absolutely dump immediately through this level? And then it's like, well, what's my chances to get out of break even? Can I, you know, have I got a good chance to get out of break even? And in this case, it's like there's plenty of structure all through here that you could use to bounce and get out of break even, right? Plenty of structure. So it's quite a reasonable trade to take because you've got all these mitigation measures to get out of break even, okay? And then it's like, okay, well, at the same time, let's say it just rips straight down. Am I prepared for that stop loss, right? Am I prepared for the worst case scenario? Or is all I have in my mind like the best case scenario? And if all you've got in your mind is the best case scenario, then you're going to get hurt, right? You've always got to be thinking about, well, what does my account look like when this stop loss gets taken? So this is just like a negative visualization exercise that I talk to the funding traders a lot about. But you know, this is something you can do as well to negatively visualize, well, what's the worst case scenario and how do I prepare myself for that? Sorry for spamming, but what if I move the trade to a 1-day time frame? Then I have more chance to get out at break even for EuroCAD. Yeah, let's look at EuroCAD again and just have a gander at that. Alright guys, make sure you leave a like on this video when you come in. Leave a like on the stream. Yeah, I mean, you've got pretty decent structure here, right? So you do have a good chance of getting out at break even if you move this to, say, a 1-day time frame trade, something like that right there. Okay, you do have a great chance of getting out of break even in general because you've got this area here which was really bearish, right? Look at that area right there, like that's a gap to the downside. So we jump down to the 4-hour, we'll probably see that gap. Yeah, so you can see here how bearish the market was around here. There's every chance that we could move back into that area and then dump out of there, right? You know, if we fill up this gap here. Now the gap was more or less filled in subsequent candles right there and then move to the downside. I talk about this filling gaps quite a lot, but you can see how bearish this is because this candle closed here and the next one opened down there. And that's big for a Forex market. That is big. That is a 0.73% move. A 0.73% gap on a Forex market, which is very liquid, is big. Like there's a lot of volumes through these markets. So seeing a gap like that is like a big deal. Okay. TP1 hit. Hey. Oh, well done. CK, drinks are on CK, huh? Awesome. In the money. Good stuff. Cool, so now you're kind of thinking, CK, well, do I take it again? For me, I usually make my money and I move away, right? Like that's free money. That right there is a free money trade. That's 30 minutes, free money, bang, gone. Good work. But yeah, you, drinks on CK. Alrighty, guys. Keep the questions coming, guys. Keep the questions coming. Luna BTC, yeah, Terra has been moving, right? Terra has been absolutely ripping lately. In this move to the upside, it's really moved very strong. Like, check this out here, just a big pump to the upside. So you could kind of imagine BTC is in this area down here right now. Like BTC is currently in this stage right here, in this like consolidation down here. Now, I'd love to see it make the move that Terra just made. That would be awesome. But you know, Terra is a much smaller market cap than BTC. It can move a lot faster. Okay, and there's a lot of macro factors on Terra that have been happening lately. You know, like one of the biggest protocols on Terra is called Anchor Protocol. And Anchor just put $500 million into their treasury, so you know that's big for the Terra Terra ecosystem. So that's why something like this is happening. Do you think price ETH is going to rally? Price action broke out of downtrend line. Yeah. So for ETH, I had a quick look at this before, but it's more or less like it's pretty range bound. No, I mean, like, I think this is really the trend line you need to be worrying about. That right there. But no, for ETH right now, like, again, we're kind of bound between here and here. While BTC, you know, I think it's a great accumulation area for spot exposure on ETH, right? I would be accumulating spot exposure like through these levels around the bottoms of these zones right here. Spot, no worries at all. For trading wise, I'm still bearish right now from a trading perspective. It's the same here on BTC. This is the same range bound market right now. See this price action? It's almost identical. It's not going to move super like uncorrelated to BTC. The reason why Terra's doing that right now is because Terra, like I said, there's some just big macroeconomic factors happening on Terra at the moment, right? And most of it is around like Anchor Protocol and things like this. So right now, depending on what happens here in BTC, whether we break up or we break down, that will dictate what happens here on ETH as well, right? We could test here, we could test there, and then if BTC doesn't break up or down, or like depending on which way BTC breaks, ETH most likely breaks in the same way. So for me, spot exposure, yeah, for sure, add some in here, definitely, right? But I'm dollar cost averaging in when it comes to spot. I'm not unloading my entire bag, you know, of fiat into this market right there. What I'm doing is I'm unloading a little bit, and then I'm unloading a little bit more down here somewhere at 1875, and then, you know, if we get lower than that, unloading some more here, and I'm just dollar cost averaging and just averaging down into this type of market from a spot perspective. From a trading perspective, I'm waiting for the either break to the downside to start shorting, or break to the upside to go long. Same thing on BTC right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether it's gonna rally or not. It all depends on whether we break out or break down. All right, guys, let's go through the winners of the Corsairs game. So a lot of you are probably here to find out the winners of the Corsairs game. So obviously, you know, there was a bit of like just filthy tactics in terms of hacking or whatever of the game and setting you know, fake scores and stuff. So what happened was our very good friend Dr. IQ did a video call with each of these winners to make sure that it's like they are actually decent at this game, and they have you know, done they've showed him that they actually know how to play the game. All right, guys, so let me go through the 5 winners of the Corsairs game. Remember, every one of these 5 winners wins a pretty decent prize. So in 5th place, winning a 10k funded account, 10k funding account, right? So entry to the stage 1 of the funding account for a 10k account plus $25 is Nikhom Rob Kwaen with 420 points. Well done, Nikhom, for coming in 5th place. In 4th place, winning a 10k funding account plus $50 is Ken. So just Ken is all I've got here. Ken, well done, with 435 points. Coming in 3rd place, winning a 10k funded account and $100 is Parwex, P-A-W-E capital X, with 473 points. Congratulations, Parwex. Well done. Alrighty, guys, so this is when it starts to get juicy. Coming in 2nd place, winning a 10k funded account and $150 is Marta H, M-A-R-T-A-H with a capital H at the end. Marta H, well done, Marta, with 484 points. Congratulations, Marta. And then finally, coming in 1st place, winning a 10k funded account plus $250 is Alyssa Kamsani with 503 points. Congratulations, Alyssa, for winning the Corsairs BFT Gaming Challenge. And congratulations to all the winners, Alyssa, Marta, Parwix, Ken, and Nikom. Well done to all of you. And, well done for participating in the game, everybody. We appreciate you very much. So, yeah. Let me know if you are in the chat, if you just won that, if you just won one of those prizes. Let me know in the chat if you just won one of those prizes. So for each of you winners, Dr. IQ is going to reach out to you shortly. He's going to be able to confirm whether you want to get your prize money either paid in USDC on the Tron network, or if you want to get paid, I think you said PayPal as well. Yeah, PayPal. So yeah, he'll reach out to you very shortly. So yeah, keep your eye out for a message from Dr. IQ. And well done to all the winners again. Again, let me know in the chat if you are one of those winners. And make sure you leave a like on the video as well, guys, while you're in here. Let's throw some more questions into the chat, and then I'll sign off in a few minutes, okay? I'll sign off in maybe 10 minutes or so, perhaps, or maybe a bit less, depending on what questions we've got. Congrats to the winners. That's it. Congrats to the winners, everybody. So yeah, let me know if you're in. ALY Kamsani, is that one of the winners? I don't know. Yeah, Alyssa Kamsani. Alyssa Kamsani that said, hey everyone, you came first. Well done. Good work, Alyssa Kamsani. Cool. Alrighty then. Throw any questions in, guys, and I'll get to them. Otherwise, I'm going to take a quick look through the markets. We've got crude oil. Thank you for the opportunity, BFT. Oh, thank you for participating, Alyssa. Appreciate it. Yeah, Dr. IQ will reach out to you, okay? To get you that first prize. What do I think of Euro Swiss franc 1 day time frame? I prefer the other one that we're looking at, Euro CAD, over this. Yeah, I probably prefer Euro CAD over this one here. Structurally, that's really where the market structure is, right there. So yeah, there was I think it was Euro CAD. Nikom, well done. Euro looking particularly bullish at the moment. I really like this one probably the most. If we got all the way up to there on Euro USD, that would be a very, very shortable trade. I like this the most out of all of these Euro trades we're looking at here. Paulo, hello, Paulo DR. All right, guys, get any final questions in, please, and I'll get to them. Stop loss on XAU USD. Yeah, it's too close to the top, guys. It's too close to the top here, and it's just like, yeah, you got to be real careful because see when we last got here, like in such an impulsive move, how much we dumped out of there. You got to be real careful with that. Like I mentioned that in the funding session yesterday as well. You know, like these markets when they pump so hard, you're expecting pullbacks. So there's going to be a point when this just continues to cascade, and then around here we might be able to buy liquidations, right? Like that. It's real close to the top. Like, it's just too close. Anyway, stop loss is stop loss, unfortunately. But hey, one trade's not going to send you broke. One trade is not going to make you rich, okay? All right, guys, any other questions, drop them in and I will tend to those questions as well. Oh, we went straight back in and retested here, CK, on US 30. Big rally. Yeah, well done. So CK was in this before. He had an extension trade through here. There was a entry there, an entry here, and an entry there. And then TP was like, I think it was like there somewhere, I think, CK. There, and then obviously final TP down here. So CK caught the entry one, grabbed TP one, and then I said, you know, usually what I do is if I make free money like that, I move away from that market, and then we literally just rallied straight back into the level right now, and we could dump out again. There's every chance that we dump back out again. But this is a very nerve-wracking candle to be in, right? And this just wants to pump right now. This really wants to pump right now. Let's take a look at BTC and see what's happening there. All right, we got a pretty pumpy candle as well at the moment. Not as bullish as what I thought it might be. Okay, so extension one really needs to hold here. So obviously what we'd love to see if you're in this is extension one and then dump onto the downside, right? You know, if you did take this in the second test. If extension one holds, fantastic. You know, and if you're an X mode trader, you might be taking like an extension trade, something like that there. You know, like an old school extension trade. When I say old school extension trade, I mean like an extension trade that, you know, we used to kind of put on trading X mode extension levels. Looking for the bounce, the rejection there down back into this resistance level here. And, you know, we've actually got that right there. So the old school extension trade just played out right then, okay? The old school extension trade just played out, moving from this extension zone back into that resistance right there, okay? On the first test of that extension. So punches in, gets extension, and then continues back on, hits the resistance, but it can then continue to rally up again, okay? That's like a one-time move that you're looking for right there, okay? It can rally up if it holds above the resistance area here, okay? So right now, bulls and bears are fighting over this over this resistance level right now. You can see the price action, like as this candle's moving, you can see how important this level is to the bulls and the bears. You can see it's like, you know, the bulls push it above sometimes and the bears drop it back below, and you can kind of get an understanding of like who's controlling this level, okay? But yeah, this was kind of like this was like the old school extension trades that we used to place, like that right there. Before we had extension sonar trades, that used to be the type of position we'd put in, something like that. Okay, usually it's a very high rate of a very high hit rate going from extension one back down to the resistance level here. Okay, again, with trend, has to be with trend. All right. So yeah, the bears have held the level here. So we got the close below this level here right now. So the bears have maintained the resistance here. What the bears really need to do is get another close below it, and then that will be a very bearish sign. If the bulls retake it here, then it's still a battle over this level, and I would probably just be like, okay, I'm not going to operate in this market anymore. Okay, but yeah. Great little play out there on the extension one back down to resistance trade. And yeah, if you jumped in on the second test of this, potentially you're looking at some more profits, but we'll see. We'll see. Bulls are retaking the level now, so we will see what happens. Obviously, we make no decisions based on a open candle, okay? But if we do go up and we do test extension 1 again, it's likely to break. And if extension 1 breaks, then it's a very short hop, skip, and a jump to break extension 2. And if extension 2 breaks, then we're going to have a big move on up, and we'll probably move like very impulsively into like this area up here, probably quite impulsively if we break extension 2. All right guys, if there's no other questions, I am going to sign off. You can continue to monitor this here, but yeah, it looks like the bulls are retaking this level. We'll see what happens. Like I said, if another test of extension 1 and this extension level is looking to be breached, all right? At an extension level, you want this to happen. You want it to just absolutely nuke out of that level, okay? That's what you really want to see for the bears to be in control. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Congratulations to each of those winners of the Corsairs BFT Gaming Challenge. And remember, like the video, make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. We punch out content like this all the time. You don't want to miss any of it. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button, okay guys? And make sure you like the video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It gets this video out to more eyes, okay people? So thank you very much. Well done for your profits. We had some profits taken in the stream today. Always good to see. So well done, CK, on that. And we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks, guys.